What's going on, everybody? My name's Mr. Leong, and welcome back to another episode of the Startup Starter Kit. Today, we're here to learn about visual merchandising and displays. It's important to understand that even though you may have a brick and mortar store, you still have to decorate it, create a inviting and warm atmosphere. And this video is dedicated to basically me teaching you how to design a really nice retail space and some things to consider. So let's get started. Now, if you haven't done so already, feel free to subscribe to my channel and you can hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a new video to YouTube. I also like it when you like and comment on my videos, as this helps me in the YouTube algorithm and I'm suggested more to potential users of YouTube. Now, visual merchandising is all about using techniques and design to make products more appealing and eye-catching. You can't just have a table and throw everything on a table and expect customers to buy it. Even though you may have a great product, it's important that you display it well, you use floor plans, you think about the store exterior and interior, as this is going to drive customers into the store, and it's also going to make it more likely that they're going to be interested in buying some of your products and services. So visual merchandising is all about making the products and services very eye-catching and you make it look good. Take a look at this picture. What stands out to you? What do you notice? What are some of the techniques that they use in this picture? It's a clothing store, but there are some things that stand out to me. One, they have a lot of different colors, and contrast is used to catch your eye. So as a potential consumer, if you're walking by, you see some of these clothes and you think it's pretty cool, or maybe you think it stands out, especially the red one to me. The red one and some of these other colors, when they're juxtapositioned next to each other, they make it stand out so that you're more likely to take a look at them. The different shapes, the oddities, those stand out to me. Displays and the lighting sort of accentuates the products and it makes it looks really good. So the displays allow you to prop up some of these clothes and these items and makes it look really nice. So when you're about to sell in a retail space, there's a few things that you want to consider with regards to visual merchandising and displays and layouts. Now, I'm going to do layouts in a separate video, but let's just think about design. First, you have to think about your target market. Again, I mentioned in marketing, it all goes back to your ideal user personas and your ideal customers. Think about their tastes, their preferences, and then design your space accordingly. If your clientele is mostly, let's say for example, an older clientele, maybe some seniors, you're not going to put some very sharp contrasting colors and you're definitely not going to blast club music. It wouldn't be a good fit. Moving on to sound, you want to consider the five senses. As you walk into a store, you probably see a new environment or a new atmosphere. Think about sight, sound, touch, smell, and even taste. Some stores also give out free samples, which entice people to go into their retail space. I see that a lot in these chocolate shops or these candy shops, and you're going to give free samples to some of the customers passing by. So all of this is just going to drive people into the store, and you also want to make it a warm, inviting space where people and customers feel comfortable buying your products and services. You also want to consider staying within budget, but you obviously want to spend money to invest in decorations and furnishings. You don't want it to be an environment where it's cluttered, it's messy, and the customers aren't going to spend a lot of time in your store. Because the longer your customers spend in your store, the chances of them buying something go up quite a bit. Because if they just go in and then dip, then it's unlikely that they're going to be spending the time to look at products and services. So I have some tips for you to consider when we think about designing retail spaces, and some things that are going to entice customers to go into your space. The first is actually music. Music can help your customers to spend more money in your store. Background music is often overlooked by customers and store owners. Subconsciously, some consumers may even spend more and not even notice anything about it. The right music has many benefits. The guests stay longer because they like the music, customers go back, and this also affects customer behaviors. The key is to match the genre of your music to your type of store. So if you're selling to teenagers, you might want to think about music that's trending, that's viral, and that's going to also subconsciously entice customers to go back to your store. So I have a little bit of a experiment here. I'm going to put a picture, and what I want you to do is I'm going to play two types of music. And I want you to think which type of music is a better fit for the store. So let's take a look and find out. Well, what do you think? I think number one was the better choice and it seemed to fit the mood and the atmosphere of the store. Number two was a little bit too jarring, and I don't think it was the best fit for the type of products that the store is trying to sell. All right, let's move on to the second tip. Placement of displays is also an important tip for many small businesses. Merchandise and products should be easy to access for customers and also easy to see. Placing displays at the end of aisles, if you are a grocery store or maybe you have a small market and you have a few aisles, placing displays at the end of the aisles helps as people tend to browse around the aisles but not in the middle. So over here we have Milky Bar, and if it's at the end of the aisle, we call these end caps because a lot of people tend to walk around the aisles but not in the middle. So it makes a lot of sense to make it easy to access for these consumers. Some retailers also put items such as magazines, candy, and gum next to the cash register because if a customer is going to buy the item, they all have to go to the cash register, and we call these point of purchase displays. It makes it very easy for retailers to display items because the customers have to line up, and maybe while they're lining up, they see some things that they like to buy. So it's a great opportunity to display items, and this is why placement of displays and items is very important because you want it to be readily accessible but also very easy to see. So a customer walking in could see some of these items. Lighting can be also used in many ways as well. Some businesses purposely have very dark lighting. Like when I'm walking to Hollister or Abercrombie and Fitch, a lot of times they'll paint the walls black, and this can influence the customer's purchase decisions. Research shows that brighter lighting can actually decrease the amount of time people spend in stores. So maybe you want to do dim lighting, but you want to also match the atmosphere of your store with the brand of your business. So you can have warm lighting or cool lighting. So play around with this and see how this can impact your business. But obviously, you want to have high quality lighting that accentuates the quality of your products and services. The fourth tip is to use contrast and colors. Color and contrast can be used to add creativity, or they can grab the attention of nearby passerbys. Some colors are very energetic. A lot of fast food restaurants like using red, orange, or yellow in their business because the red color gives a sense of urgency and they actually spend less time in the restaurant. Some places use like blue, green, or add nature elements to make it a very calm and cooling effect. So you can use contrasts and colors to your own advantage for your own business. Many retailers also like to use asymmetric looks. So maybe they'll have an odd number of plants over here, as the asymmetry makes things interesting on displays, and you want to grab a potential customer's attention. So using contrast, odd numbers, and colors helps to grab their attention and makes it very eye-catching. The fifth tip for your retail space is to have a nice window display or exterior. Think about the mall space. If you walk by a mall and you see all the stores, what catches your attention? Obviously, your storefront and the window displays are the face of your store. They are what the customers are going to see passing by. So avoid clutter, you can add seasonal items, and have great signage that attracts customers into the store. Many retail spaces, if you're selling clothing, are going to have mannequins, and this can also drive attention to your store. Make sure you change your window displays frequently to showcase new products, and a lot of people say communicate a story. This is why a lot of retailers choose to sell seasonal items but put these items towards the window display. So fall is coming, and if you sell clothing, perhaps fall fashion and wear is in demand, so that's going to get put towards the window in order to attract and entice customers to come into the store. Tip number 6, bundling and cross promotion. You can create displays that involve multiple products that complement each other or are products that consumers will buy together. For instance, a hat and a shirt, chips and pop if you're going to have a party. So these are products that people buy together. So it makes sense having them in aisles that are right next to each other, or maybe even in the same aisle. Ice cream stores are going to have waffle cones neatly stacked where the customers are going to see them. So when I bought ice cream at the Steveston Village, the ice cream displays, the ice cream was very neatly laid out, but they also had these waffle cones right above it. So it made a lot of sense to display it like that because it smelled really good. And obviously I went, oh, I'm gonna have that ice cream in a waffle cone. So by adding that waffle cone, they were able to charge more money, and it made a lot of sense. So bundling and cross promotion can encourage consumers to buy more products as well when they're neatly displayed and placed together. So while the purpose of visual merchandising is to make the products more appealing, it should also enhance the buyer's experience and make it more comfortable for them to shop. You want to get customers into the store and you want them to be looking at your products and spending time in your store. Put yourself in your customer's shoes. Think about what they like, maybe types of music, lighting. So all of that contributes to a great atmosphere. And when you have a great atmosphere, your customers are going to spend more time in your store, and this is going to in turn result in more revenues and more sales. So I hope that helped, and I hope you enjoyed learning about visual merchandising. There's actually careers specifically in this field. So if this topic was interesting to you, perhaps this might be something to consider. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Startup Starter Kit, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and comment about virtual merchandising or if you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you later, okay? Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.